170 checkout. A combination of skill, precision, but most of all, nerve. Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports.
The only word to describe tonight. An atmosphere to take your breath away. Right on cue!
Peter Wright just marches on. It's another win.
Magnificent Michael Van Gerwen! 5-star Barneveld! Lewis has done it! It's now 4 defeats in 5 games.
They're not afraid of him anymore.
Drama, drama, and more drama.
It's no ordinary night here in Nottingham. Phil Taylor staring elimination squarely in the face. Wright riding high at the top of the table. A newly crowned UK Open champion Adrian Lewis faces Gary Anderson in our game of the night. A very warm welcome to week 6 of the Betway Premier League. Live from the Capital FM Arena here in Nottingham. This crowd ready to witness the most accurate arrows fired in this city since the days of Robin Hood. Coming up, Simon Whitlock against Peter Wright. Can Wright maintain his unbeaten record? Can the Aussie make it back-to-back wins? Game 2, Adrian Lewis against Gary Anderson. Lewis on a high after being crowned UK Open champion on Sunday. Mighty Michael Van Gerwen faces Wes Newton, fit and raring to go after missing last week through illness. Game 4, Raymond van Barneveld against Robert Thornton. Barney looking to consolidate his place in the top 4. And rounding off the night, Phil Taylor against Dave Chisnell. Taylor's in trouble after 4 defeats in 5 matches. A very warm welcome to Nottingham. 6,000 expected here tonight. They all want to see whether Phil Taylor can save his Premier League season. Can Taylor triumph and eventually beat the drop? Last week, draws galore in Devon.
What a night it promises to be here. Let the party begin. High quality start to this match. For a 1-1-6 finish to get his first leg on the board. Nicely done from Peter Wright. To pinch the leg. Peter Wright moves 6-4 in front. Thornton's hanging on in there, there's hope yet. But this for a draw for Robert Thornton. Gets there as well. It's ended all square.
Dave Chisnell versus RVB, Raymond van Barneveld.
Chisnell, right on cue.
Barney looking disappointed.
Tops for 5-4. What a performance from Dave Chisnell! Will we see deadlock? Bull for Van Barneveld. Oh, that is superb! And Raymond van Barneveld will not be beaten by Dave Chisnell.
Number 10. That was majestic. Chizzy 6, Barney 6. 2 of the best ever to have picked up the dart. It was sublime from the man in lime.
2 shots for double 4.
Have some of that, get in. 56 is no gimme, I'll tell you.
This is what you're really hoping for, just absolutely batter your opponent senseless.
Can AD have 110? 36. That is brilliant. Oh, and it's not over yet. Tops. Snatched it, pulled it, call it what you like. That was pressure.
Could be the 3rd draw of the night, it is!
That was a brilliant darts match.
A power-packed performance or some Taylor toil.
Already Phil under some sort of pressure.
What a chance for Anderson. He breaks again. And miss after miss after miss from the power.
Likely just to try and set it up now. 10 or 18. Well, he went for the bull. Just speaks volumes about where his mind is right now. 2 darts now to win for 2 points. Double 10 last chance.
Anderson has beaten Taylor 7 legs to 5. Now the final game of a dramatic night. Whitlock scrapping for survival. The finishing here from both players is fantastic.
This man doesn't miss doubles. 6 out of 6.
Double 18 for a win. And win it is! Simon Whitlock gets his first win in the Premier League.
Whitlock putting up 2 points last week. Taylor losing. 4 defeats in 5 matches for him. 2 points, 9th and 10th place for Taylor and Whitlock. Top 4, Peter Wright, Michael van Gerwen, Raymond van Barneveld and Gary Anderson. John Parr and Wayne Mardler here. For the first time in Premier League history, every possible leg was played last week at Exeter.
Well, it's indicative of the parity we have now after, 2 decades of complete field domination. Well, now we have anybody can win any time, and they pretty much, you have to play every game right to the end, or you don't get a win, you only get a draw.
A lot of people betting on the draw now. 5 draws, fancy that tonight?
Well, I would never fancy it normally, but after last week, anything can happen. And the thing is, at those odds, I might have a couple of quid on. The thing is, we know it's unlikely. We know that. But like John said, there's no domination from anyone. Lewis and Van Gerwen look like the ones that could run away with anything. But they get beat. All of a sudden, the pack closes up. All to play for.
All to play for, particularly for Phil Taylor. He's got 4 weeks to save his Premier League future.
Well, yeah, and when you're not winning, it's hard to turn that around. And he's not used to being in this position, but I think if he gets half the points he can get in the next 4 weeks, so 4 points, he'll probably squeeze through.
He had a disappointing UK Open as well, didn't he? Tell us what happened there.
Well, yeah, it was Phil Taylor's first match, and he lost to a relatively kind of newcomer, unknown Aidan Kirk. But it wasn't about Aidan Kirk, and that's no disrespect to him. It was Phil Taylor's performance. It just wasn't good enough. He averaged 86 or just over. That was his lowest average in 402 televised matches. We were thinking that there may have been a decline, and that stat goes to show that there is. He's struggling, he's got no confidence. What he needs to do is get back on the stage tonight and perform well. He's got to put it right.
The bookies fear relegation now, 9-2 to get relegated.
Well, the thing is, he's always been up there as someone that is favourite or second favourite since Michael van Gerwen has come along to win these events. And now we're seeing frailties from him. There was shots that he's done throughout this Premier League where big numbers missed that he never used to do. Okay, every dart player does, but not on the level that he's now missing them. We're talking 1 or 2 per match, where it used to be 1 or 2 per year. Phil is not the player he was, and he will know that, and he wants to put that right.
And Lewis in fine form, winning the UK Open with 109 average. Taylor-esque.
Well, you know, Lewis is, after a great match last Thursday with Michael, he's gone ahead and performed like he said he was going to keep performing for the rest of the year, because he wants to be #1 in a year's time, he said. And I can't disagree with what he did on the weekend UK Open. He was fantastic.
Let's guide you through the betting then. Simon Whitlock kicking off the night against Peter Snade by Wright. Wright has been awesome. The draw, 4-1 possibility?
Well, you know, Simon is sort of in the same position as Phil, although he had a much more positive week last week, finished perfect. He might just be able to push Peter Wright, who might just be slowing down a bit now. So maybe a draw is a value there.
This could be the game of the night, Wayne.
It will be, it will be. Do not make a cup of coffee when this match is on. You're going to see 180s, but what I'm really pleased about, obviously for Adrian Lewis winning the UK Open and kicking on from last week where he pulled off that draw. For me, it's Gary Anderson. The way he's playing, the steeliness he's showing. He dragged out a win last week against Phil Taylor with a 97 finish. That was brilliant.
Newton, 7-1 to beat Michael van Gerwen. He's rested up. He had a week off last week.
Well, he's probably more rusty than rested. So you got to figure it's a really tough draw. Michael's not going to be in any mood to play around. He's going to want to get a win right away again after a disappointing loss on the weekend.
Barney against Thornton. Bookies think Barney just.
This is the draw. This is the draw for me. Robert Thornton already drawn 2 from 5. I think this has got 6 apiece written all over it. It had come down to Robert taking out Top's last dart in the last leg. Both go unhappy.
And rounding off the night, Phil Taylor desperately needs a win, but Chizzy guessed 180s for fun, could cause problems.
Well, yeah, the only thing in this match that makes it interesting for me is the ghost of the World Grand Prix semi-final, where Phil absolutely shut down Chizzy. So there's some specters there to loom above both of their heads.
Okay, this crowd, 6,000, ready for some tungsten tear-ups by the Trent.
This is sporting drama. This is ludicrous.
It is! It's on! It is on!
They're ready here in Nottingham, the crowd filling up this arena, the Capital FM arena, ready to make some noise as we welcome our first players, Simon Whitlock against Peter Wright. The crowd ready for drama.
Uncontrollable force tearing at the very fabric of our reality. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves as I present to you no control, no surrender. There's only one thing you can do in this madhouse. Chaos theory.
Hello and a very warm welcome. This is the Betway Premier League Dance, coming to you live from the Capital FM arena here in Nottingham on Sky Sports. Time to meet the players, ladies and gentlemen. Time to meet two former World Championship finalists. Firstly, would you please welcome Snakebite Peter Wright!
live draws tonight. Join us on Twitter. Let us know your predictions for the scorelines this evening at Sky Sports Darts. The place to be. 100,000 plus followers now. What about Simon Whitlock, Wayne Mardle? Massive monkey off his back last week by getting that first win against Robert Thornton.
Yeah, and the manner in which he'd done it as well, Dave. It was as John Part said, the doubling was fantastic. Didn't miss, so he'd be full of confidence. But what he's got to do against Peter Wright is match him for scores, because Peter's sheer consistency on the scoring could be the telling factor. But what he's got to do,
looking at his run in week 9, Michael Van Gerwen, it could be a crucial match from that.
I completely agree. It's working out the same as last year. He had just avoided relegation, elimination last year, and it seems to be going the same pattern. Will he avoid it this year?
Wright has turned into a real crowd favourite, hasn't he, John?
Well, he has, and it started at the World Championship, and he engaged the crowd, turning around before throwing for a double, then hitting it. You know, you can't help but get them on your side when you do stuff like that. And I think he's sort of got away from that a little bit, and he needs to return to it. And that's the sort of thing that would really get on Simon's nerves.
Cheers, boys. Rod Studd and Stuart Parr, your commentators.
Thanks, Dave. Week 6 of the 2014 Premier League. And believe you me, a huge night for all the players involved. At the end of this, a lot of them will know whether they are looking up or down as they try to stay in the event or challenge for a place in the playoffs. Whitlock against Wright. It looks like Peter Wright is using new darts again. Top of the table, yet to lose. Whitlock, I reckon, has to win 3 out of the next 4.
Yeah, classic top of the shop against bottom of the pile contest here between Wright and Whitlock. Funnily enough, not much between their stats for the season. That'll change the statistics all right. Peter Wright, it's his 10th maximum of the Premier League 2014. Whitlock, though, has had 11 and has better finishing stats, and yet finds himself bottom. Funny old game sometimes. But he is the darting desperado tonight. Simon Whitlock looking for points. There's the rest of the card, the runners and riders. Lewis Anderson, MVG Newton, MVG looking to go back top tonight. RBB against Thornton, and Phil Taylor against
100.
David Chisnell.
Simon Yerwal, 170.
Well, he's left his favourite, 170. And there's the 1. But Whitlock was
68.
Brilliant a week ago in Exeter
61.
against Robert Thornton. Oh yes. Treble 18 for the ball. Bullseye for Peter Wright.
136.
Bent the wire. Well, he was perfect on the doubles 7 days ago in Exeter. You feel he has to take this out here. Yep. And the double.
86.
Well, he had his chance.
Now
Wright can steal, break the throw.
Yeah, Whitlock, as you said, Stu, 7 out of 7 last week, 0 from 1 tonight. Double 8 for Peter Wright. And he nails it. Whitlock had half a chance. Wright took his.
Game on.
He's been chopping and changing the darts, Peter Wright, since before the World Championship.
140.
But this new set tonight look as though they're working for him. Yeah, realistically, I reckon Whitlock has to win 3 out of 4, doesn't he, before the cut-off. After this,
80.
he plays Chisnell, Newton, and then he plays Van Gerwen on Judgment Night in Cardiff. So he has it all to do, the Aussie.
Right, the league leader.
100.
Yeah, he says he can get a better grip with these darts. Well, I remember back at the Grand Slam in November, Stu, you said Peter Wright could be a top 8 player. People thought you'd nip back to the commentary box from Cloud Cuckoo Land. But you've been proven right to some tune. And now he tops the pile in the Premier League. Who would have thought that 3 or 4 months ago?
Well, Whitlock, top 4, lost his number 3 spot in the world after the UK Open, replaced there by Adrian Lewis. Whitlock down to number 4, but still very, very consistent, isn't the Aussie?
81.
Yeah, and on the way to getting his place in the top 8, of course, he beat Whitlock, didn't he, the World Championship, in a one-sided semi-final.
58.
Very convincing performance.
I think importantly for Peter Wright as well, Rod, is that after his success at the World Championship, he's proved in the Premier League that he isn't just a one-hit wonder. Very much so.
60.
Yeah, 3 wins, 2 draws for Peter Wright. And he really should have won one of those draws against Chisnall. He had Chisnall on the ropes at 5-1, but anyway, he's unbeaten. He is the only player in the tournament unbeaten. Needs the treble to set up the double. He'll stay there looking for the red bit. I went 2 double tops. Set 1 up for the next one.
So the Premier League leader steps up to try and make it 2-0. Just relishes the atmosphere, doesn't he?
Peter Wright.
He belongs in the big time. Simple as that.
Game on.
Made for Wrighty, the Premier League. Loves it, laps it up.
97.
Enlarging it in the fancy pants. Producing some fancy pants darts as well, Peter Wright.
132.
He has to be regarded now as very much a possible winner of the event. Never mind just reaching the semis.
140.
Yep, I agree. I mean, a couple more wins and he's putting himself very much in the box seat for getting through to the 17 points.
140.
It was 4th place in the Premier League last year. It's all about survival
58.
for Whitlock. He reached the final. Lost just to Taylor, didn't he, in 2012 in the Premier League.
'97.
Good pick-off from Peter Wright once more. Well, Whitlock here on his own throw under huge pressure here. Could go 2 breaks down, and that is going to make him feel a whole heap worse. Even the board is against him.
68. 80 require 132.
Bull first target. Okay, treble 19 leaves another pot at the Bull.
It's awkward. You can see. Oh, what a dart! What a dart from Peter Wright! Well, it was the perfect camera angle, and it was the perfect dart from Peter Wright. There was no way through. That dart actually went through the flight of the one that was in the 25. Remarkable error.
Into the very epicentre of the bullseye.
84.
The geometric centre of the board was found with precision. Brilliant.
Yeah, a bit of science involved there.
121.
No little amount of skill as well.
And no little confidence. He's playing with such verve and panache. He thinks he's going to hit everything he aims at.
Invariably he is as well. But a really good addition to the Premier League. He's here on merit. He's justified his selection and how. And another victory here
100
would mean that whatever happens, he will remain top of the Premier League heading into week 7 in Leeds.
Yeah. And as you said, there's 16 games to be played all told. If you go all the way through, he would have 10 points. He'd probably only need 7 or 8 more points, as you said, from the remaining 10 games. You'd have to fancy him.
140.
Looks a cert for the semis.
He require 140.
Well, Whitlock hasn't had a look in. He had 1 dart, didn't he, in the opening leg at double 16. Since then, Peter Wright in total control. Yeah, that'll do nicely.
100. Simon require 140.
Has become over the years the master of the big checkout. Has to prove it again here.
100.
Well, all he can do is tee up tops and hope against hope that Wright has an off moment on the double. There is no off moment. Pins it. 4-zip. He's reeled off 4 straight legs. Whitlock's had just 1 shot at a double in the opening leg. Since then, he has been blown away.
139.
Well, this is not good news for Whitlock. And you know, you caught a glimpse there of the Peter Wright wigs in the crowd here in Nottingham. Every week, there's more and more of them. He's really building up a good fan base, isn't he, as well, Peter Wright? But yeah, Whitlock
60.
is being outplayed here. His leg difference at the moment is -16, and if it does come down to him being level on points with another player after
100.
Judgment Night in Cardiff, then that's going to count against him. It's a long way back. 1 win from 5 at
92.
He had the toughest possible start. His first 4 games and lost them. Lewis, Anderson, Barneveld and Taylor.
Mentioning Phil Taylor, if Whitlock were to get something from this game,
85.
Phil Taylor would descend to the bottom of the table, albeit maybe for an hour or so, before he plays Dave Chisnell tonight in the final game of the evening.
134.
Well, Whitlock will get another chance at a double here in leg 5. You better take it.
95. Simon Uruguay 76.
Tops to get a leg on the board.
36.
Well, that shouldn't matter. I say shouldn't if Wright can pile in something big here. It's only going to be 58. So Whitlock may breathe a little easier looking at tops. Double 10. Flustered finishing. Frail finishing. Gets there.
It's on the 5th leg.
Big dart, big moment, because if he'd gone 5-0 behind, he wouldn't have given him a price. He has just given himself a glimmer. Was only a holder throw, mind you.
$60.
Well, that's unlucky. Into the treble 5. Good adjustment.
94.
Yeah, he really was terrific. I mean, when he played Thornton in Exeter, to be fair to the Scot, he was in good form as well, averaging over 100. But 7 out of 7 on the
100
on the doubles from Whitlock. Had to win and did. Has to come back. Can he find a way? Night 6 here
59.
in Nottingham.
Leeds next, then Dublin, then Cardiff. As the darting
57.
circus goes all around the UK and Ireland. He was unlucky as well, Whitlock, with a nasty ear infection as well. He picked up early on in the tournament. That affected him for a couple of weeks. Meant he couldn't fly, for example, to venues. A lot of
97.
travelling on the road or by boat across to Belfast, so that didn't help. Now then.
140.
He's given himself a chance.
100. Simon Uruguay 150
for Whitlock. Might look at treble 18.
98. Peter Uruguay.
So this for 5-1 for the Premier League leader.
Single 20 leaves the ball. He was messing about looking at the treble. Hit it tonight, the ball.
62.
This time.
Simon Uruguay 52.
Now this really is a chance. Well, got to go here, Simon.
Gives
Good
on the
dart.
sixth leg.
So
Simon
4-0
Whitlock.
becomes 4-1, becomes 4-2 with a break and throw. And all of a sudden, Whitlock back in business.
He really fired that in with some aggression, didn't he? Really gave it the full Monty.
59.
He's going to find another break though, which would get the match back on serve.
100.
Obviously they'll come into the game looking for both points, Simon Whitlock, but when you're 0-4 behind, a draw will be a very, very good night's work. Haul him off the foot of the
94.
table, but get him within a point of Chisnall and Thornton. Both have 4 points. Thornton, remember, has played an extra game also.
125.
Good adjustment from Peter Wright. All of a sudden the pressure back on the Aussie. Got to fill it up here, really.
100.
Wright can steal the darts. Well, in November, Peter Wright was dreaming of the Premier League. It became a reality. And now he's dreaming of the Premier League playoffs and maybe even the Premier League title. Well, there it is. The first for the Aussie. Much needed.
Well, if he hits another red bit, it would have left double 18 as it is.
68.
He's left himself a 2-dart combination and Whitlock to close within a single leg. The double 16.
52.
Wires it.
Peter requires 76.
Well, he shut his eyes in despair because he knows what could be coming next.
What a lovely dart to leave double A. That's brilliant. Got to say, you've got to say, haven't you? That is exceptional.
Peter to throw first.
Well, two perfectly thrown darts from Peter Wright. Has he just snuffed out the Whitlock fight back?
Well,
140.
for many months he was regarded as a comedy turn, a comedy act. He's turned into a darting assassin of some repute.
41.
That was classic you miss, I hit darts from Peter Wright.
Earned a reputation has been one of the best finishers in the business.
132.
We mentioned a big night ahead, and it is. Some really, really big games coming up. Adrian Lewis, still basking in the glory of winning the UK Open. Michael van Gerwen. Barney against Thornton. What a big, big game to round off the night. Dave Chisnall has 4. You know, it was Wright's finishing that took him all the way to the World Championship final.
60. Better
than any player in the World Championship. Another 2-dart finish. 3 will do.
Gives on the 8th leg.
Inevitable.
He pockets a point. At least a point.
Game on.
And it will be both points if he wins one of the next 4 legs.
120.
Oh, poor old Simon Whitlock. If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
$140. $100.
Just looks so comfortable in his surroundings.
100.
Cool customer. Whereas Whitlock
97.
looks exactly the opposite. Looks a man under pressure, under strain, under stress, desperate for points.
Here's a treble to leave a finish.
100.
Well, he's had a 132 bull finish in and amongst Peter Wright.
61.
Can he finish with a real flourish? No. But what he can do is leave it very handy.
Simon, you require 126.
Treble 19 is a must. Now needs the ball. This a must. This is a must. Oh! Wow, what a dance again. This time from Simon Whitlock.
Third leg is Peter to throw
Peter
first.
Wright sitting on 64 to win the match. Not a bit of it. 3 to play. Wright needs one more.
Whitlock needs all 3
100
to pilfer a point. Wright with a ton-topping average. It would be his second of the tournament. Averaged a shade over a ton against
99.
Phil Taylor in the third week. And a 6 out of 10 on the doubles.
$135. $72.
The reality is for Simon Whitlock is that he is now staring
96.
at the abyss, isn't he, as far as this year's Premier League is concerned. One win. The 90 average won't win many games at this
42.
level.
And his legs difference, as you've mentioned, Stuart, is catastrophic. Oh, come on, just keep firing at the treble. Oh, they wanted to see the roof raiser to end the match.
90.
It's okay as a leave, it's a 2-darter.
$60. Easy require 80.
Double 10 for Peter Wright to maintain his lead at the top of the Premier League. This is turning into a quite brilliant Premier League debut. And Peter Wright takes another giant step towards the semi-finals with another giant win. 7-3. And for Whitlock, it's a long way back at the bottom of the table. Peter Wright wins 7-3.
Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports. Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports.
Betway Premier League live from Nottingham tonight. Stay by Wright getting off to a flyer 7-3 over the Wizard Simon Whitlock. Up next could be the match of the night. Adrian Jack Paul Lewis, newly crowned UK Open champion, against the Flying Scotsman Gary Anderson. Following that, Michael Van Gerwen against Wes Newton, the Warrior fit and raring to go after illness last week. Then the crowd favourite, Raymond van Barneveld, looking to consolidate his place in the top four. He takes on Robert Thornton. And Taylor's in trouble, 4 defeats in 5 matches, a must-win night for the Power as he takes on Dave Chisnell. League table looks impressive, particularly if you're Peter Wright. 10 points from his 6 matches played, ahead of Michael Van Gerwen, Raymond van Barneveld and Gary Anderson. Simon Whitlock rooted to the foot of the table, 2 points level with Phil Taylor. Stats are impressive, 100.723 dart average, 58% on the doubles. He's made of the right stuff. Peter Wright celebrates a big win. He's almost through to the semi-finals. He's as good as their Wayne, isn't he?
Well, the way he's playing as well, the points that he's accumulated, everything is rosy in the Peter Wright garden. It's just the fact that he can do what he likes, and what he's doing is imposing himself on his opponents. He's clearly making them worry, because not at any point in that match did Simon Whitlock look involved in it. He was always getting a battering from start to finish, and with Peter Wright, what you get is quality scoring, quality finishing, and he plays with this, it's a hidden aggression. You know he really wants it when you're looking at him, but the opponent doesn't really see it, so he's like a silent assassin. He's got the lot.
Assassin sights as well. The 1-3-2 finish was impressive. The hidden ball, have a look at this for a finish.
But he covered it with the 25 that he hit first off, moved right over and gets it. The thing is, what he does, he's got such a relaxed motion, such a relaxed arm, that even throwing from, probably work out another foot along the hockey, even though normally you throw from the middle, moves along, so obviously it's a further distance. Just so relaxed, and he actually looks like he was going to get it to me. He's playing beautifully, and I spoke to him after. Changed his darts again, as we know, that's the 4th time since the World Championships, but more amazingly, the points were 3 different lengths, only millimetres in it. I asked why, I wanted a change, and it livens me up. That was his words.
That's crazy though, isn't it? I mean, the weight must be different.
Well, the weight, not so much, but he clearly doesn't hold the point when he throws the dart. So therefore, the entry could be slightly different, but he's throwing with such authority at the moment that he's enjoying where the darts are going. And look, I'm not going to say he's wrong, he's just averaged 100.
Adrian Lewis against Gary Anderson next. You picked this one as the game of the night, Wayne. Why?
It has to be. Adrian Lewis, UK champ, playing beautifully. Look, these two have met in a final here before. They've met in World Championship finals, and it's one apiece in those finals. Gary Anderson, he's won the Premier League. He knows what it's all about. Gary Anderson is showing the form that we haven't seen since he won the Premier League. Adrian Lewis is showing the form that has seen him win 2 world titles. This game could be anything. I haven't said it for at least 3 weeks. There could be a 9-darter.
We've been saying that for a few weeks, haven't we?
But something's got to happen. We've come close so often. But these two, they live off each other. They breathe off the fact that one of them will get the other one into a rhythm.
The newly crowned UK Open champion, Adrian Lewis, is on the way next.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. You're on your own up there. And I don't care how tough you are, it'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. But champions don't let it. Winners don't let it. They fight and they succeed. To be a champion, you got to be mean, tough, fierce. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Make this time your time. Don't just call the shots, hit the shots. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. One shot, one chance. Take it. Show the world you've got what it takes, and ask yourself, who wants it most?
The greatest year of his life.
Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports.